already knew my gymnastics was kind of janky. Like, in training, I was having twisties already, but I'm trying to push past that. And I would literally tell my teammates, like, I'm fighting demons. I'm fighting demons right now, but I'm going to do it for you guys.
In an episode of Alex Cooper's Call Her Daddy, Simone Biles opens up about the Tokyo Olympics.
And as soon as I land, I kind of grin and I'm like, shit. And I salute and I want to run. If I could have gotten a plane and flown home, I would have done it. But as soon as I landed, I was like, oh, America hates me. The world is gonna hate me. And I can only see what they're saying on Twitter right now. Oh, I thought I was gonna be banned from America. Because that's what they tell you, don't come back. If it's not gold or bust, don't come back.
Let's pause here. Biles, as she mentioned, had the twisties. To her millions of followers on Instagram, she showed what she was going through. Not only is it debilitating for an athlete, in gymnastics, it's dangerous. The Washington Post would write, when gymnasts have it, they lose control of their bodies as they spin through the air. Sometimes they twist when they had not planned to. Other times they would stop midway through, as Simone Biles did. And after experiencing the twisties once, it's incredibly difficult to just forget and move on. Instinct gets replaced by thought. Thought quickly leads to worry. Worry is difficult to escape. On her "I was afraid to come back to America" line, let's go over the origins of where it came from and why she likely felt like this.
Yeah, that's the point, Simone Biles. You're representing your nation, you selfish sociopath. You kidding me? We are raising a generation of weak people like Simone Biles. She's also very selfish, she's immature, and she is a shame to the country. She's totally a sociopath. Of course she's a sociopath. Andrew says she's not a sociopath. What kind of person skips the gold medal match? Who does that? It's a shame to the nation.
It was led by TP's Charlie Kirk, who for reference once tweeted he sent buses to transport the pro-insurrectionist crowd to the Capitol on January 6th.
We have radicalized a group of young people. We've done that to our own people, black and white, but you're seeing it pronounced in sports. These black athletes that have been radicalized and made to hate their country.
It was led by Jason Whitlock, a self-hating individual who blamed single mothers for police killing black men on Fox News.
The Simone Biles story to me is about making quitting not only acceptable, but heroic.
And Clay Travis, the epitome of a grifter who believes he can give analysis on world-class gymnasts suffering from the twisties and cosplaying it as an acceptable form of quitting. Piers Morgan would tweet, "Are mental health issues now the go-to excuse for any poor performance in elite sport? What a joke. Just admit you did badly, made mistakes, and will strive to do better next time. Kids need strong role models, not this nonsense." It was another culture war issue that many on the conservative right simply attach themselves to. Now, before we get into that, let's go over the twisties further, because I think it is very important and should not be understated how immobilizing this is for not just an athlete, not just a world-class athlete, but the greatest athlete ever in their sport. Shawn Melton, the former elite gymnast who dealt with the twisties, would speak on it. Simply, your life is in danger when you're doing gymnastics. And then when you add this unknown of not being able to control your body while doing these extremely dangerous skills, it adds an extreme level of stress. And it's terrifying, honestly, because you have no idea what is going to happen. A teammate of Simone Biles's, Lori Hernandez, another Olympian, would touch on it via Olympics.com. The rhythm is off, she would say, and your brain will like stutter step for half a second, and that's enough to throw off the whole skill. And so it happens. It takes a second to get over that. Taya Gallagher, director of psychology at the Center for the Treatment and Study of Anxiety at the University of Pennsylvania's Perelman School of Medicine, spoke with Women's Health. The mind and body are just not disconnected ever. At some place like the Olympics, the stimuli there is astronomical. Your brain is processing a lot of new things, and there's tremendous pressure. When you're under pressure, your mind and body are impacted and may not work together as well as they should. Biles, at the time of the Twisties, would host a Q&A and give more insight. One commenter asked her, "Do you feel off sync for non-twisting flips too?" She replied, "Honestly, kind of, but definitely better than if I try to twist. Some I can't even fathom twisting. I seriously cannot explain how to twist." Another asked, "Is it worse on a certain apparatus?" She would answer, "It's never transferred to bars and beam before for me. It's strictly floor and vault. But this time it's literally on every event, which sucks really bad." "Have you experienced this before?" another would write to the Olympian. From Biles, "I have experienced them before. They're not fun to deal with. It's honestly petrifying. Trying to do a skill, but now having your body and mind in sync. 10 out of 10, do not recommend." Again, let's just make this very, very, very clear for anybody still having trouble with this. Her psychological state put her at significant physical risk. If her brain wouldn't play along with what her body knows how to do, she could be seriously injured. How I see this is with Simone Biles saying she feared coming back to the United States of America is twofold. Number one, the weighted amount of pressure that she deals with day in, day out, leading up to, during, and then after the Olympics to always be on. No matter if it is a photo shoot, no matter if it is an interview, no matter if it is training, no matter if it is competing. This is a person who was under the harshest of spotlights and the most zoomed in microscope one could have as it pertains to professional sports. And for her, in the Olympics, like many others, it is gold or bust. This country does not deal well, specifically with the Olympics, when they don't win gold. All we think of is the medal count. And whenever it is ingrained in our society, someone who is a professional athlete competes, we just have expectations. We may not even know who they were 2 minutes ago, but if we put on the 4x100, we expect gold. If we put on gymnastics, we expect gold. If we put on basketball, we expect gold. If we put on the shot put, we expect gold. That is just the mentality of this country. It is. And with that being said, it is extraordinary to me to see the likes of Kirk and Whitlock and others go after Simone Biles because she acknowledged a problem that occurred at the worst possible time, granted, and is saying, essentially, if I go through with this, I could potentially paralyze myself. Because as many professionals have stated, it is not necessarily a complete mental health issue. It is a mental sports issue that could lead to catastrophe. And then what would happen potentially if that went down? Oh, well, she should have been strong enough to say that she shouldn't compete. It's a quite literally lose-lose. But they're the ones. They're the ones who are saying that Simone Biles is weak. It is the epitome of hypocrisy. And we have more. The New Republic's Alex Shepard would write of Republicans' ire of Biles. The most depressing thing about all of this commentary is that despite all the operatic vitriol and the volume of hot spittle on display during these campy rants against those who are the sporting world's upper echelon, none of these critics actually care. They aren't interested in gymnastics. None of them have an authentic interest in Simone Biles, just as kneeling did not ruin the National Football League. Simone Biles' withdrawal from the Olympics did not ruin the Olympics, or for that matter, the United States of America. But cynical opportunists rely on cynical opportunities. Biles' achievements and her profound level of mental strength, shown not just in the volume of her achievements, but also in the fact that she is the only victim of sexual predator Larry Nassar still representing Team USA, are obvious. But they were discarded the instant she stumbled into a pre-existing narrative that could drive outrage and attention for talentless hucksters like Charlie Kirk and Clay Travis. Donald Trump is off Twitter, but the appetite for this type of outrage still exists. We conclude with this. Maybe The Onion put it best. Conservatives blast Simone Biles for robbing them of opportunity to criticize her win. Well put. If there are any stories we missed, if there are any that you, the viewer, would like to submit, get at me and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. DMs are open. Support the channel. All of our content is free. It's the least you could do. Become a paid channel member and or go to tyt.com/join to support the network as a whole. Thank you so much. Have a great day.